Hey, what's up? Welcome back to yet another Tech Beans video, and today we're going to be doing a gaming review for the Vivo V21e and the Vivo V21 5G. You might have already watched my unboxing and full review of these guys, and now it's time to check out if these guys are okay in games. But wait, you already told us about the gaming part, right, on the full review and the unboxing video, but this time it's different. There are going to be some new games here, plus there has been some updates for both phones, so I'm pretty excited to show you something new right here. I'm going to be adding PUBG, Asphalt 9, and other graphically intensive games. So yeah, let the gaming review begin. No. Oh, by the way, we have new colors here. We got this diamond pinkish color right here. Look at that sparkle. Looks like a jewel. Now this looks like, you know what? The Vivo V20 Pro last year. Oh, nice. Check them out. It's the E version and the 5G version. Now before we start, first off, you must know the specs on both these phones. First off, the Vivo V21e has a Snapdragon 720G processor. That is the most in-demand mid-range processor last year. Has tremendous support, great optimization. It's 8 gigs plus 3 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. Now the 5G on the other hand has a much more powerful processor, the Dimensity 800U 5G. That's right, it has 5G and it's got UFS 2.2 storage, so very fast as well. Now both these phones have the game assistant. It helps you with the game. It's got some advanced gaming features like blocking out the messages, calls, things that you don't want when you're playing a game. It also optimizes the CPU, GPU, the RAM, pretty much saving your game from lag, making sure that your game is as fast as it can be. You also get the esports mode right there, and you pretty much have access to it anytime during the game. Just swipe left and there you go. Alright, so first off, Mobile Legends. This is the E version, the much more affordable phone, and this is the 5G version, the much more powerful, a little more expensive phone. Let us check it out. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Here we go. Again, don't forget this is the 5G version and this one is the E version. Alright, here we go. So here is the E version. Let me just go ahead and that's funny. I am looking at the display on the E version. It looks like it's a lot more contrasty. The blacks are deeper and it's a lot more pleasing to the eye. What is this? Yep, that is the E version right there. What is happening here? But this is brighter though, the 5G version. It's just that I am thinking that the display on the Vivo V21e is a lot better in terms of the colors, contrast, and saturation compared to this one. This looks kind of washed out, but it is kind of bright, super bright. Again, this is the 5G version. Don't forget 5G E version. Now in terms of the performance, I'm not really seeing a big difference. Both look really smooth. Look at that. It is so bright that it just overpowers the brightness of the E version. But this is like enough brightness for me. Look at that. I mean, the washed out look of the 5G version is just does not do it for me. I don't know. I was expecting that the display would be actually better because it's a much more expensive phone. But this one really hits the spot. The E version. Look at that. I mean, seriously? I know this shouldn't have been a comparison video, but it just could not be helped. I am featuring them side by side. Now, in terms of the performance, no lag here and no lag here. Tell me, Vince, how are you doing this? Playing Mobile Legends on two phones at the same time? Well, I've been doing this for quite some time now, like years. And this skill is really profitable, if you ask me. So you need to try to learn it, maybe. So I got a really nice skin for Hilda right here on the 5G version. Well, that is because I'm borrowing Tech Prince's account, which is, you know, full of skins. Here we go. Just do that and boom, and let's do some SS right here. And now this is a mythic account. This is kind of tough to actually work with, but I'm staying out of the action so that, you know, you could see the playing time right here. This one is actually just a master account, so there's no problem. But yeah, in terms of the graphics, it's kind of disappointing that the 5G version is not really that optimized. Could have been more since it's a lot more expensive. I mean, it should offer more at least. Let me just check out the settings right here. Both already have HFR mode, shadow, and high graphics right out of the box. Oops, I just died. Well, of course, most phones actually at least have high graphics. Yeah, having HFR mode is still a good thing. Now, I don't know. I'm seeing that, at least in the frames department, this looks quite smoother. I'm not sure why, but this kind of looks not as smooth. Seriously? No, it is quite smooth. Look at that. It's smooth, just not as smooth as this. But anyways, let's move on. And before we go to COD, let me just do a quick speed test right here, just so you know which one is the faster phone. I'm just gonna open some apps right here. 1, 2, 3. Again, please. 1, 2, 3. Faster. Next. Again. This is lagging a bit, like a half-second lag. 1, 2, 3. There you go. It's like this is instant and this is not. What about this one? Yep, for sure this is the faster phone in pretty much any app. What about Facebook? Still. Let me show you Antutu right here. And there you go. That's the reason why this is a lot faster. It is because it has a much faster processor. Now here's something interesting. I was checking out the display again, and I'm pretty sure that this time around, the Vivo V21 5G is a lot better because the stripes here is a lot more visible, and the colors are just a lot better right here. Maybe it's just in Mobile Legends. But yeah, overall, the display outside of the game, I mean, just look at that. This is a lot whiter than this one. The whites here is a lot purer. Now, coming out of the game, I was looking into the display again, and as you can see, now the display is a lot better on this one, the 5G version. The whites are just pure, and look at this picture right here with the asphalt line. The stripes are a lot more visible right here compared to the E version, and the reds are just a lot better. Maybe it's just out of the game. I don't know, this just looks a lot better now compared to where it was in the game. Now, let us try Call of Duty. This is the Vivo V21e, by the way. Let us first check it out. I must say, for something that's only 16,000 pesos, this is actually a really great gaming phone. I mean, basically it looks really amazing for the price. It just looks like a flagship, although it's not as good or as sharp of a display as a flagship phone. And also the sound quality is pretty loud enough, just not that full. And look at this. It's got very high graphics and up to max frame rates. It's even got all these settings right here at the bottom part. Let me just do the sound effects for you. That's nice. Yeah, in terms of the performance, this has got to be one of the best 16,000 peso phones in terms of gaming. I mean, look at that. Oh, the graphics is just so good. So smooth. Oh no. Oh no. Boom. Look at how smooth that is. By the way, I think the reason why it's complete in the settings part is because it is using a Snapdragon processor, the Snapdragon 720G. Yes, my friends, if you get a Snapdragon processor, chances are it's going to be super optimized for any game in the Play Store. The support is just so good. It's like expecting something always consistent for every phone if you get a Snapdragon processor. So there you go. And it is kind of warming up after playing for about 10 minutes, but it's not super hot like Genshin Impact hot. And here's the 5G version. Let us see what the graphics looks like on this phone. Okay, so it's pretty much on the same level as the E version from what I'm seeing right here, but it does look really smooth. Honestly, I can't see the difference, you know, unless you do some pixel peeping, but yeah. Technically they look pretty similar. Apparently it's not really that noticeable in mobile gaming. Maybe if it was PC, I would actually notice a difference, but hey, these are the settings that are available for the 5G version. Just a bummer because it's only medium graphics and high frame rates, and a lot of the settings right here down below are kind of grayed out. So yeah, but still, the game looks kind of gorgeous in this phone. Now this is kind of a big deal for most people who are going to play Call of Duty and not getting all the settings they want. You might actually be okay with the Vivo V21e already, being that it's a lot affordable compared to the 5G version, and it does have a lot more settings compared to the 5G version. It's just that maybe the processor is just not there yet. By the way, this is powered by the Dimensity 800U processor. It already has 5G, but unfortunately for some games just like this, just not that optimized. And still, look at it. It still looks like a 40 FPS, 50 FPS game. Not sure if the settings are kind of true, but what I'm seeing right here is pretty luscious eye candy gaming for Call of Duty. Look at that. Super beautiful. Here we go. Asphalt 9. Alright, here we go. So, which one is the smoother looking? Again, 5G. E. And it looks like it's clear as day that this is a lot smoother. Look at that. It is lagging a bit. You could really see the power of the 5G version right here at the top. It looks a lot smoother, much more consistent with the frame rates, and overall it's a lot beautiful. It's just the frame rates, I guess. The graphics is pretty much the same, just that this one looks a lot smoother. Please agree with me. Come on. And now for PUBG, here we go. So here are the settings that are available for PUBG for both phones. HD graphics, high frame rates. And that's pretty much it. You can't go to HDR or Ultra Graphics or UHD. None of that. Hey, so here's the first look. Oh yeah, so this does look a lot smoother. The 5G version, I am just right. So it is good to know that at least it is clear to me that somehow, some way, performance is still king. Man, it's quite tough to see which one is better. This looks a lot sharper, the map. This one does not look as sharp. I don't know. Yeah, look at the details right here. Not so much here. What is happening? Yeah. It's just a map, guys. I just hope it is. But yeah, it's a close call. It is truly a close call between two phones in PUBG. I wouldn't say that the other phone is a lot faster. It's just that I don't think it's super optimized for both phones for this game. I just think there's just so much potential for the 5G version. I don't know. For gaming, this should have been the much superior phone all throughout. But no, that was not the case. But yes, just like what I told you, this is not the final version or the final form of the Vivo V21 5G. I believe there's going to be a lot more changes or updates for the phone. But if you want the available, we've got the Vivo V21e already out with 16,999 peso price, and it already has 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage. Si Vivo V21 5G naman, finally lumabas na 23,999 pesos only, 8 gigs of RAM plus 3 gigs, and 128 gigabytes of internal memory. Easily download a lot of games here, and I believe the bare minimum of 2021. Don't go for 64 gigabytes anymore. That is the old. There are a lot of limitations to 64 gigabytes. Games are actually massive today, and you're gonna need at least 128 gigs to enjoy pretty much everything on your phone. Trust me on this. And that concludes our full review or gaming review of the Vivo V21e and the 5G version. There's gonna be one last video for these guys, and that's gonna be a camera review, camera feature for both phones, and hopefully we're gonna be having a much better update on the software for both phones. Well, at least for the 5G version, because the E version looks to be okay. Just that I'm just scared to review the camera part on the 5G version if it's not really that optimized yet. It does have the better camera, 64MP, has OIS. I just hope it is backed up by good software. That is all. So yeah. If you want to see that video, just subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any of my great content, plus that full review of the camera part. This is Vince Migo from TechBeans, and I'll see you in the next video. Hooray!